Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are taking a look at my very first battles in the Ultra League Premier Classic. And we have a very strong team that you can all use to gain some ELO. So, this team functions as an ABB team. So, we've got our anti-fighter in the lead in Shadow Kanto Muk. And we've got two tanks in the back. Obviously, we're going to use one of our tanks to bait out the fighter if we don't see it in the lead. Both of the back one can operate as a safe switch, depends what we see. For example, if I see an Empoleon in the lead, I will try and catch the Hydro Cannon onto Lapras. If we see like a Ghost type in the lead, such as Trevenant or Gengar, I will try and catch the Ghost type move on Snorlax. So all these Pokemon are on their standard moveset with the exception of Lapras. Lapras normally prefers Skull Bash in Premier. However, I'm not going to remove the elite move of Ice Beam, and I actually think Ice Beam has some great play in Premier as well. So, without any further ado, let's get into the battles. I will be leading the Kanto Muk for the duration of this video. And in match 1, we pick up the fighter in the lead position, so we really need to maintain this alignment. They switch out into the Alolan Muk, and I count to 4 and catch the Dark Pulse onto the super bulky Lapras. You can see that Dark Pulse does around 33%, so it's not too threatening to us. They now build up to 5, even a Sludge Wave from this range will not KO, however it would get us low, so I do respect it. Unfortunately it baited, so they have now got a little bit of residual energy. However, we managed to successfully deny the Snarl and we go straight for this Surf. I expect this to draw the shield, which it does. And now they throw after 3. So with the one extra Snarl they had earlier, this again is just going to be a Dark Pulse. Lapras does survive. They now actually switch out into Poliwrath. We get a little bit of lag. Our switch timer is misaligned, so I'm going to throw this Surf just to allow my switch timer to come back up. You can see our switch timer does pop up, and I go straight back into that Kanto Muk. That banked energy from earlier means we can throw this Thunder Punch immediately. Nothing this Poliwrath can throw is too threatening. The new move of Scald would obviously hurt. They actually go for Dynamic Punch. Perhaps not knowing the typings, I imagine they've got Ice Punch as a second move. So, Ice Punch with no stab. Dynamic Punch probably would do a bit more damage. You can see Ice Punch doesn't do a lot and we managed to farm down. Back up comes the Alolan Muk. So I'm now going to spam off some Thunder Punches. Thunder Punch gets it quite low, and in the back they've got a Crobat. So this Thunder Punch once again will hit for super effective damage. We actually draw the last shield, so I now swap out into Lapras just to get a bit of chip damage. This Surf should do around 33%, and one more Ice Shard should get it into the yellow. So that 1 HP Lapras put in a load of work, and now Snorlax should be in a great position to clutch out game 1. Crobat normally runs Shadow Ball as his coverage move, so nothing that this Crobat is going to throw is going to be that threatening. The first Poison Fang doesn't do a lot, even with our lower defense. The bulky Snorlax isn't too threatened at this stage. We overfarm just a touch. We fire off this Body Slam, which will take out the Crobat, and we should be able to outpace this Alolan Muk to win the game. Back up comes Alolan Muk, and before they get to a move, big bulky Snorlax clutches out game 1, so GG to that opponent. And we're off to a 1-0 start. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going into game 2. So, in game 2, we pick up a lead against Roserade. This is another fairly decent lead for us as the Bullet Seeds are resisted. A lot of them are running Poison Jab, but this one is actually on Bullet Seed. They go for a Weather Ball, which once again isn't too threatening, and they actually now make a switch again into the Alolan Muk. So once again I bank a bucket load of energy and switch out into Lapras. I imagine they're going to go for an Acid Spray first, so I don't shield. Here's the Acid Spray, and now we're going to look to try and spam off some Surfs. I'm going to respect it this time as a Dark Pulse with a lower defense would take us out. So I actually successfully do manage to shield that up, and I go for this Surf. You can see the Shadow bonus on Lapras is so nice as these Surfs do really chunk, and this Ice Lard damage is really oppressive. I go for the second Surf. We do actually draw the shield, and we're now getting them really low. Ice Shard does register, so if this is an acid spray, that Ice Shard should take him out. Unfortunately, we get Poison Jab down. However, it doesn't really matter as we've got two great responses for Roserade in the back. I come in with Snorlax to get a little bit of residual energy in, and in the back they've got a Charizard. So I go straight for this Body Slam. Charizard is still quite classy, even in the Ultra League. They don't shield this up, and I actually now look to combo play with Muk. But it looks like we're CMP tied, so I'm going to shield this up, and the Charizard isn't going to be able to get out as I have hit the move already. So they're going to have to either use their last shield or let it go down. They actually sack the Charizard, which I think is a bit of a mistake for them. They come back in with Roserade. I'm not baiting, I'm going to go straight for this Dark Pulse. Draws the shield. And now you can see these Poison Jabs are really chunking him down. They're going to have to go for a hard hitting move as Weather Ball isn't going to be enough to take me out. You can see there the Roserade has got nervous and it has dumped their energy as we do resist Bullet Seeds. They'll be unable to farm us down. And Big Snorlax is almost at full health, so nothing they can throw is going to take us out. Dazzling Gleam, Sludge Bomb, Grass Knot, even a Leaf Storm, none of that's going to KO from this range. So we are going to have to lick down and take game 2. GG's to that opponent. Moving on into game 3 of the video. We have our Kanto Muk into Dragonite. This is a fairly neutral matchup for us, but obviously as we are on an ABB line, we do need to switch out. So I'm counting their Dragon Tails and I switch out into Snorlax. This Dragon Claw won't do a lot to Snorlax. Let's see what the counter switch is. We're actually met with an Empoleon. This is an opportunity for us to win back switch. So I am going to shield this move up and I will outpace them to back-to-back superpowers. So they are going to have to go on 2 shields to maintain switch. You can see there I throw this first superpower on the 4th waterfall. This will either take him out or draw the first shield. The opponent realises they'll have to go down 2 shields to win switch. So they actually allow us to take switch advantage. Back out comes the Dragonite. I'm going to spam out this Body Slam. You can see we do start to get him really low. I actually save Snorlax for later as my switch timer has popped back up. And I go back into Muk and fire off this Thunder Punch. And in the back they've got a Gengar. So we're in a great position here. Gengar is super squishy. They pretty much shield everything. But I am going to go straight for the Dark Pulse. The Gengar does shield. You can see these resisted Poison Jabs are doing quite a lot of damage. So this will be the Shadow Punch, and now it is a guessing game. What second move have they got? The fact we saved our Snorlax, I am going to bring it in as they are going to have to now empty some energy to take us out as we are too healthy for them to Shadow Claw down. So once again we bring in Snorlax, we waste a load of the Gengar's energy, and now Lapras should be in a clutch position to close out this game. Once again we get a nice bit of lag, we miss a fast move. I think the lag's probably due to the Savari Zone event we've got going on today. Has been really annoying, but it is what it is. They bring out Dragonite, and now, unless they're running Focus Blast, but even if they are running Focus Blast, don't have enough energy, this will be either the Sludge Bomb or the Shadow Ball. It is the Shadow Ball. Thick Lapras does survive. We've already hit the Surf, and this Surf will take game 3. So GG's to that opponent. Off to a 3-0 start. Moving on into game 4. You can see the ABB line is working really well. The double tanks in the back is so nice. And in game 4, we pick up our first Charm lead. Kanto Muk has an absolute dominating match against Togekiss. They switch out into yet another Alola Muk. It's once again on Poison Jab. They build up quite a lot of energy, and you're about to see me get nuked with a Gunk Shot. This is why I like double tanks. Shadow Lapras eats that stab Gunk Shot to the face, and we've got still a nice bit of HP left. We're going to be able to get to the back-to-back Surfs. This is also what I like about this team, because regardless of where we see a Charmer, all 3 Pokemon have an absolutely dominating match against the annoying Charm. So I'm going to bring back out this Kanto Muk. I don't expect the opponent to shield. They're already down 1. Thunder Punch takes out, and we're going to see what they've got in the back. So in the back is a Swampert. So I'm counting Mud Shots on the 5th. I'm going to bring in Snorlax. I'm going to shield this up. Shield up the Hydro Cannon, as when you're facing Charm, you do want to kind of use your shields early, because if not, you could lose with shields. Back out comes Togekiss. I go for this Body Slam, which gets the final shield. And you're going to see here now, I'm not going to shield this up, as Kanto Muk is going to be able to clutch out this game. I could get to the Body Slam, but actually don't bother, as now I want to farm a little bit more energy off this Togekiss. I need to get to back-to-back Dark Pulses. Swampert is going to have to get back-to-back Hydro Cannons. Here's the first. We can easily shield this up, and they're now 5 Mud Shots away from the next one. This Dark Pulse will do around half the remaining HP, and you can see there that there are 4 Mud Shots now away from taking us out, so Kanto Muk is a Swampert counter confirmed. GG's to that opponent, and off to a 4-0 start. Will we be able to go 5-0 in one of our first battle sets in the Premier Cup? So we lead our Kanto Muk into a Lapras. This is kind of a neutral lead, but we probably do lose as Lapras will outbulk us. So I do try and catch the Surf. The opponent isn't throwing, they are staying in, they're now at the Skull Bash. However, you're going to see a Skull Bash doesn't really do too much damage. Does around 40%, and they've actually emptied all their energy, and they've misaligned their switch timer. They now switch into a Charmer, and Lapras has a really good matchup here. You can see these Ice Shards are keeping pace with the Charm damage. The fact we've got Kanto Muk, I am going to throw a sneaky Ice Beam in case they don't shield. The Ice Beam goes unshielded, and we actually take them out. Back out comes Lapras. Once again, we get a nice bit of lag. I'm going to fire off another Surf just to get some chip damage. You can see that the Shadow bonus is really nice on Lapras. We double resisting these Ice Shards, so we've got enough HP to still be bulky, but these Surfs actually do a little bit of damage. I'm going to switch out now into Kanto Muk with that Bank Thunder Punch. The fact that they've got so much energy, I expect them to shield, so we draw a shield here. We sneak a Poison Jab in. They've got enough for a Skull Bash. I expect them to go for back-to-back Surf, but either way, I am going to shield one. We sneak yet another Poison Jab through. This Surf isn't going to do too much. You can see Kanto Muk is really bulky. I'm counting 3, and on the 4th, we're going to CMP tie him. This Thunder Punch will either draw the last shield or take him out. I doubt they're going to shield a 1 HP Lapras. And in the back, they've got yet another Charmer. So they're running Lapras Double Charm. Lapras Double Charm really isn't a team that wants to see our team. We draw the shield with that Thunder Punch, and now Snorlax is in a great position to close out this game. They throw after 8. I'm not shielding Ancient Power, even though I've got a shield. We aren't respecting the Ancient Power. Body Slam is going to get them quite low, and we should be able to lick down and take this game with a shield in hand. The opponent sees the writing on the wall, and the Double Charm team quits out. You love to see it. So you can see there, once we finish this battle, we did go a perfect 5-0. And we've actually got a couple of bonus battles for you just to show you how strong this team is. So moving on into bonus battle 1. We pick up a lead against a Shadow Dragonite. So this is obviously going to be another neutral matchup, but once again we are going to look to try and catch the move onto our Snorlax. We successfully do that, and we waste the Dragonite's energy. Even Shadow Dragonite isn't too threatening with Dragon Claws, and they bring in an Empoleon. So you've seen how I like to play this matchup. Even though we've tanked the move, I do believe our Snorlax is going to be able to win this matchup. I shield up the Hydro Cannon, and now I'm looking to get towards the back-to-back Superpower. I throw this first Superpower on the 4th Waterfall. This draws the shield, and now I outpace him to this next move. Looks like they are trying to Waterfall us down, which is a huge mistake, and this next Superpower takes them out. So Snorlax wins the 1 shield, which is great for us, and now we can flip this opening matchup. We bring in Lapras. You can see these double super effective Ice Shards are absolutely shredding this Dragonite. The Dragon Claw doesn't do too much damage, and in the back they've got an Excadrill. The loaded Lapras we're hitting for neutral with the Ice Shards and super effective with these Surfs. We get the shield. With our first Surf, I'm now going to shield up this move. It's probably the Rock Slide, which would take us out. However, we managed to outpace him with this Surf. So this Surf, even though Surf isn't a great move, from a Shadow Lapras is enough to take out the Excadrill. 1 Ice Shard takes out the Dragonite, and Shadow Lapras is putting in a lot of work. So you can see that the double tanks in the back put in so much work there. The synergy between both Snorlax and Lapras, if you can get the fight out of the way, works fantastically. Moving on into bonus battle number 2. We pick up a lead against an Empoleon. We can hit him for super effective with the Thunder Punch. But obviously, as we are running ABB, we do need to switch out. This time I utilised Lapras as the safe switch. We catch the Hydro Cannon, which is obviously double resisted due to our Ice Water typing. Once again, we draw out a Charmer. Lapras does have a really good matchup against Charmers. The first Surf does quite a lot of damage. These Ice Shards are really digging in, and this second Surf will grab the shield. This is great for us, as like I said, the Kanto Muk can hit Empoleon for super effective. So we can now farm down the remainder of this HP. I am going to respect the Psyshock, as it would do quite a lot of damage. It is super effective. And you can see with that farm, we're almost at that back-to-back Thunder Punch. They do actually bring back out the Empoleon. This first Thunder Punch will do around 40%, even though it's not stab. Empoleon isn't the bulkiest of Mon. So just before they get to a Hydro Cannon, I fire off this second Thunder Punch. Let's see if the opponent wants to give up their shield. They do. Now I switch into Snorlax. This is going to be the Hydro Cannon. In case they're running a double charm team, I am going to shield this up, as this is possibly the last charge move they're going to use. The opponent looks like they're trying to get to another move. Unfortunately for them, they know they are going to get farmed down. They bring in Lapras. I throw just in the middle of the Ice Shard animation, so this first superpower is going to get them quite low. Even if they throw now, we are going to win CMP, and this superpower is going to take out the Lapras. So Snorlax gets rid of the bulky Lapras, and the Empoleon gets licked down. So once again, you can see the double tanks with the Kanto Muk is such a strong team. We faced a lot of top meta picks, a lot of Charm. The good thing about this team is all three Pokemon are really good against Charm. We did manage to get a bit of lag in them games. It was actually just lag on our side, but even there, you can see just how strong this team is. If you are going to run it, like I said, you always want to switch out in case they've got a fighter in the back. Switch out depending what you see. If you see a water type, obviously try and catch the water type move onto Lapras. If you see a ghost type in the lead, try and catch that ghost type move onto Snorlax. So you kind of want to waste the opponent's energy while saving yours. Much like a lot of my playstyle, I always try and bank that energy and pivot into one of the switches. So this is a team you can use to climb with. I actually went 8-2 with this team. I did lose one match due to a Obstagoon getting the boost, which was dreadful. And the other match, I actually just lagged out. So I probably would have went 9-1. As the match I did lag, we did see a double charm team. And like you saw here, the double charm teams are no match for us. So if you enjoy this type of content, I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Just like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.